Drew Brown is back with me. And Drew, it's been a minute since we've seen you, so welcome back. And that's because a few things might have changed in that interim time. So you are now with Island Time Hilton Head, and that is a brand new company. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so Island Time Hilton Head, vacation rental and property management company, still here in the Low Country. We've ventured out and now managing almost 20 homes and villas on the island, and we're in Sea Pines, the Forest Beach area, Palmetto Dunes and Shipyard area, and just really focusing on trying to provide the best level of service to our homeowners and guests.
Well, we're going to get to some of those services in a second, but let's talk a little bit about, we're rolling into spring, we've got the pollen on the cars, you know, the writing's on the wall, it's coming, the season's coming. It might be a little different this year, which we'll also get to in a minute, but tell us what you're thinking about spring and summer.
So the spring has actually really turned out to be pretty good amid some of the concerns recently. We're seeing really heavy occupancy for the Easter week and into Heritage Week, which is great.
Yes.
And it's really good for a real estate perspective because you're going to have a lot of possible buyers in the area as well. But we have seen a little bit of a slowdown the last probably really 3 or 4 weeks with some of the concerns in terms of booking pace. But for the most part, there's no need to massively panic. Everything does look good, and I think in the end we'll see a lot of positive impact because I think people will drive more, and when you have a great drive-to destination like Hilton Head Island, why not visit the #1 island in the continental United States?
Exactly. So let's talk a little bit about what makes Island Time Hilton Head different than other companies.
Sure. So probably the biggest thing is we're intentionally small, and we want to intentionally provide a high level of service. So what does that really mean? For homeowners, it's really a personalized assessment in the very beginning of what are you looking for to be successful in the rental market? Is that rental revenue? Is that care for your investment? Or is it a combination of both? And from that assessment, we put together a tailored program for them on what we would like to accomplish, and then we follow up with them throughout that process. And as we're onboarding, we want to also be very cognizant of what does the property look like. Sometimes we'll walk in and there's nothing that needs to be done, and sometimes we'll walk in and there's a lot of needs that need to be done. And then we help them take care of all of that for them. And then really moving on to the rental aspect and trying to set some really achievable revenue goals so that even when things can get crazy in the marketplace, we just have a conversation with them, adjust strategies, and move forward. Yeah,
I think that's really important for them, that realistic goals is what they can expect.
Right.
And so I know obviously most of your people are probably absentee owners, they're not here. So what kind of peace of mind are you giving them as that?
Right, so it's all about communication. So we have a couple of different forms of direct communication, but really following up with them to make sure and show them that projects have been completed, or making sure that we're speaking with them directly. I was actually in conversation with 3 different homeowners today about 3 different items, but really taking the time to communicate those things with them. But it's so important because so many of these people are hundreds if not thousands of miles away, and really staying on top of everything for them through our work order system and making sure that everything's been completed to their satisfaction.
Yeah. So we started, before we started filming, we were talking a little bit about the elephant in the room, and of course that is the coronavirus.
Right.
What are you seeing happening? Are you seeing cancellations? I know you mentioned that you're allowing your policy to be a little bit flexible at this time.
So not so much, only a few cancellations, mainly folks inquiring about what the process is going to be. What we've decided to do is be a little bit flexible on our cancellation policy, which would mean giving the guest the ability to rebook at a different time of the year. Or if they really are wanting to cancel, how do we work with them and the homeowner so that it really comes to a really positive solution? I think in the end, the most important thing is we're really going to end up seeing this be a really positive for our community, just in the sense that so many more people are going to have different flexible schedules, and they're going to want to come to the Low Country. It's just going to change the time when they want to book, or change the time when they want to visit. So it's just really working with them to say, how do we really make it work for you without it being a loss for the homeowner or for the company as well. So you're seeing that too with a lot of the larger airlines too, and some of the other hotels, chains saying we're going to have a flexible cancellation policy. But that's just what it means to us, and it's something that folks in the area should be thinking about as well.
Well, good to have you back, and congratulations on Island Time, and we'll see you next time.
Great, thank you.